This is our 2022 Sunseeker 3250 LE powered by the 7.3 liter Godzilla V8 by Ford. We bought this RV for our family from El Monte RV out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and we expected there to be some wear and tear because it was a rental, but shortly after I left the dealership, I was not expecting to happen what happened. We've already been camping multiple times, even pulled our boat with it, and it pulls great. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful RV inside and out. We love it. It has bunk beds. We've got our 4 kids, so everybody has a place to sleep now. We've got 2 sleeping up here, up above, 2 on the bunk beds. But shortly after I left the dealership, the check engine light came on. Now, when I was there, I did go through it. I brought a check engine tester. I flew with it. I flew into Las Vegas, and there were no check engine codes. There were none that were pending, none, anything like that. So when it came on, I pulled over and I looked at it and it said cylinder 7 misfire, serious, engine problem, something along those lines. So I was like, oh crap. So I called El Monte RV, spoke to the salesperson, and they also have a 30-day warranty on all services and appliances, or systems and appliances, which is great, peace of mind. That did sway me to buy this one from them as opposed to from a local seller owner. And I told them about that, and they're like, all right, well, it's covered under the factory warranty for the drivetrain. It's got, it's 5 years and 60,000 miles. I didn't realize at the time that there was a known issue with the early Godzilla motors of a valve train failure from metal coming off of the lifters and cycling through the engine. So I was like, all right, well, I've got to drive the rest of the way back home. Is about 6 hours. So I drove the rest of the way home, and when I would go up, mountain passes or, steep hills, the check engine light would start flashing again. And it would also, I would notice that the air conditioner was blowing, but not blowing cold. I was like, oh, well, that's weird. And the engine was making a bit of a ticking sound, but, I just got it. I didn't know what to expect. So I drove it home, and then we took it camping a few days later for several days, and then I took it to Moab, all these things. And I had called the dealer. There's only one dealer in my local area that would work on it, and they said, all right, well, we're about 3 to 4 weeks out. If it's something simple, maybe it could be quicker. So I went ahead and did those other trips, and it was the same thing. Every time I went up a big hill, the check engine light would start flashing, and the air conditioning would not work. All right, we're fast forwarding some here. I did go ahead and take it into the dealership, and they had it for about 3 or 4 weeks. As expected, I was reaching out via text messages, and well, let me just show you. Okay, so this is the text message string with the technician there at the Ford dealership. Good afternoon. My technician has gotten an initial diagnosis of a possible valve train problem with the engine. We are preparing for partial teardown to confirm once we bring it in the shop to down it. Interesting. I've heard this engine having some issues with lifters, but mostly the commercial versions. If you watch other videos on YouTube, they talk about the box trucks having this issue and that there's a different tune for those that's not as powerful and they idle a lot and, things like that is causing problems, but not with the trucks. But anyways, it's the same engine. I think that there are just more reports of failures in the commercial applications because they get more miles and use on average. Yeah, if the metal from the lifters or something else is getting in the engine oil, that kind of ruins the whole engine. How long does a full replacement take? Once we have the engine, roughly a week. Sounds good, thanks. And then I reached out to him again, just wondering if there are updates on the diagnosis. I believe this was about a week later. Yeah. Sorry, nothing new yet, but we are getting closer as we only have a few in front of you at this point. Sounds good. I told him I need to winterize this RV. It's been here for a while now. It's going to start snowing, so we don't offer a winterization service. I'll need to come up and do it myself. He said I can come up between 7 and 4. And then so I went and did that. And the next day, and I drove it to the gas station because I needed to empty the RV tank and get it all winterized. And they hadn't torn it apart yet. Then the next day, he said, my tech is going to get some teardown done on your motorhome today to determine what is causing the misfire and ticking sound. We think is a lifter, and if it is, we will be replacing the engine. Sounds good. I'm glad this is having this problem now that it's under warranty. I cannot complain about a brand new engine. Really, I can't. That's pretty sweet. The new ones, they don't have the same issues. Have you guys had to do a lot of engine replacements for this issue for the Godzilla motor? Probably 6 this year. I think he missed some punctuations, and then he meant to put on Motorhome's total for this issue maybe 2. So this is either the second or the third one having the issue. So then he says, the engine is coming out now. Still troubleshoot. This is me still troubleshooting or coming out because it's definitely needing a replacement. It's getting a replacement. So there we have it. I am getting a new engine. I mean, at first it kind of sucked, but honestly, right now we're not planning to use the RV again probably until the kids' spring break, which is in April. Right now it's the middle of October, so I've already winterized it. We do have my father-in-law come stay with us for a weekend on occasion, and it would be nice for him to be able to sleep in it. But we also have room inside the house also that he can sleep in. So, anyways. A lot of people on the forums, they're talking about how so far the issues have only been with the box trucks, maybe a few pickups or whatever, but it is also happening in the RVs. So the RVs are not immune to this. I'm so happy that this happened during our drivetrain warranty. So weird that it happened right after I picked it up. Like literally I'd driven maybe 20 minutes and the dealer said that they went back and looked through the logs, which I've requested the maintenance logs like 3 times and I still haven't been able to provide them. That was about 80 or 90 days ago. They still also haven't fixed the 30-day item, so supposedly they're getting close to a resolution on that. But they said there was no issue or no record of having the check engine light come on for that. But like I said, they also can't provide the service records. But anyways, I was able to go, to a few different places, to Bear Lake in Utah, to Moab, to Lake Powell. We pulled our boat to Lake Powell and to Bear Lake, and it still pulled it even though it was having that issue. So I can't wait to, it's had that issue basically since I got it. I can't wait to see how strong the engine is and how well it pulls when I'm firing on all 8 cylinders instead of just 7. So if you found this interesting, feel free to go ahead and ask questions. If you want to follow up on this video, please let me know of what to expect. I have no idea how long it's going to take them to get the engine in. They're evidently doing a lot of these, so I'm guessing Ford has ramped up production on them for warranty issues. Adios.